Welcome, my name is Omolade Adeyemi. I remain your fashion teacher, the CEO of La Riche Design. Today's training is going to be how to cut and sew the straight long skirt I'm putting on. So this is the front part. This is the back view of the straight long skirt. As you can see, this is the bum part, which is the bum contouring. So I'm going to teach you the step-by-step of how you're going to achieve this. The first thing you're going to do, take your measurement. You're going to learn how to drop the pattern, cut out the pattern, cut the pattern on your fabric, then sew it on your machine. Cut out the lining, before sewing it. And our trainings are scheduled for Monday and Tuesday, which our flashback is going to fall on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Friday. While Saturday and Sunday is going to be a live chat conversation. If you're new to this channel, you need to subscribe to this channel, like this channel, and very important, you need to ask your question. We would like you to drop your observation, ask your questions, extend your love to us by liking and sharing this video. Hello, my name is Adeyemi Omolade. I'm the CEO of La Riche Designs. Today's lesson is going to be a long straight skirt pattern. So today we are going to teach you how to draft your long straight skirt pattern. I mean long straight skirt pattern. So these are the requirements. What you need is your brown paper. You need your tape measure. I will be using my marker today, as said before, then my ruler and my paper scissors. Yes, I said it then that I will be using marker. Reason why I'll be using my marker is to make my measurements and my drafting clear to you people. Usually it should be pencil. We use pencil in drafting, but I'll be using this marker to make my pictures clear to you. Then you can see, then you notice me joining a paper. It's for me to have my full skirt length, because the length of this paper is 40 and my long skirt length is more than 40. So that was why I added I paper tape this to join it together so that we'll have my full length drafting. Now the measurement parameters for straight long skirt is a skirt length. Is the long skirt length. Long skirt length, which my measurement is 46. My long skirt length is 46. I'll be needing my hip depth, which mine is my hip depth is 13. My knee line, is 21. So my knee line is 21. Sorry, I have to change my marker. So my hip measurement is 44. While my skirt band is 34. So those are the measurements parameters you're going to use. The long skirt length is 21. Your hip depth is 13. My hip depth is 13. My knee line is 21. Hip 44. Skirt band 34. So let's get started. So now the first thing we are going to do, if you remember the way we did the short skirt, the long skirt also will be very easy for you to draft. The first thing we are going to do is to take our skirt length, which is 46. You can see I had to hold it down so that my measurements will not shift, my tape rule will not shift. So 46, I mark 46 here. On this side and I mark it on the other side. So I'm going to keep taking measurement. I have to take it again till it go round. So now after that, I'm going to use my ruler to join the points together. Like I said earlier, you don't need to use marker while drafting your own at home, because I've told you that before during the short skirt pattern that marker adds to the measurement. So you don't need to use marker while drafting. You maintain your pencil. So the next thing after that is to measure the knee line, and my knee line here is 21. So I'm going to measure my knee line, which is 21. You bring your tape rule to the edge of your paper and measure 21. So it's 21. You mark it on this side and take it to the other side, and you go on like that. So I also join the points together. So that's the knee line. So followed by the hip depth. So now the next thing is to take my hip depth measurement, which my hip depth measurement is 13. My hip depth is 13. So I'm going to take my hip depth. So the next thing is the hip depth. Like I've said, I'm taking my hip depth measurement, which is 13. This is 13. I'll mark 13 on this side. I'll mark it on the other side. So I'm going to join the points together. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take my 1.5 inch measurement. I'll divide 1.5 inch measurement into two, like I've divided like this, 1.5. I'll divide 1.5 into two and share it in between the paper. And share it in between the paper like this, in between the hip depth line. Sorry about that. In between the hip depth line. So one will be up and one will be down like that. So one here, one here, one here, one here. When you divide your 1.5 into two, it will give you 0.75, or you call it 3/4. So you just divide it. You share it in between the hip depth line like that. Yeah. So we do the same thing. We join the points together. So those are the points, those are the lines you need to do. So the next thing we are going to do now is to start our pattern. So like I told you in during our short skirt lesson, I said the first thing we are going to do after drawing out this line is to come here and take our hip measurement, which is 44. You divide your hip measurement into 4. You divide it by 4. We are starting with the front pattern first. So you divide your hip measurements. This is how we divide our front hip measurement, which is 44 divided by, it's going to be 44 divided by 4 minus 0.5. You know, like I've explained earlier, that the front part is not, you don't have any bulgy area in the front part, which is we don't have the bum at the front. So we minus 0.5 at the front. You know, when we get to the back, we'll add it back to the back. So for the front is 44 divided by 4 minus 0.5. Then you come here, what we have is 10.5. 10.5, that's 10 and a half. So we come here, we measure 10 and a half. 10 and a half. Down to the knee line. Remember, down to the knee line. Down to the knee line, which is this. Then we'll draw our line out. So now the next thing we are going to do, we'll now come to our skirt band. We'll come to our skirt band. We'll take our skirt band, which is 34. My skirt band measurement is 34. So we're going to divide our skirt band 34 divided by 4. I have 8.5. Just 34 divided by 4. You need to note that the front skirt band does not, we don't have that. We don't apply that to our front skirt pattern. So it's just 34 divided by 4. So I have 8.5. So the next thing is I'll take my hip measure, which we have already done. This is the line for our hip measurement, so I don't need to divide the hip again. So I'll just come here and measure what I have on the hip measurement, which is 10.5. I'll minus 1 inch from it and take it to my knee line. I use it as my knee line measurement. So since this is 10.5, I'll minus 1 inch from it. So when it gets to the knee line, it's going to be 9.5. So our knee measurement is going to be 9.5. I hope you get that. You come to the hip measurements, hip line here. You measure what you have as your hip measurement, which is 10.5. You minus 1 inch from it and bring it as your knee line measurement. So which is going to be 9.5. So this is it. We have 9.5. So the next thing is to join the lines together. So I need to join my hip to the skirt band and to the knee line. So look at the way I join my points. So to the knee line, this is the way we join. We use the straight part and connect it from this third line to the knee measurements. So for me to get the measurement for from the knee line down to my skirt length, you need to just come to the knee line and measure what you have on the knee line and take it down to the length of your skirt, which I have 9.5. So I'm going to take 9.5 all through. 9.5. 9.5. So I'm going to join the lines together. So the last but not the least for our front skirt pattern is to come here, come to the skirt band and bring down 1/2 inch to give a shape to our front skirt, like we did for the short skirt, to give the shape, because we don't have straight shape at the front. So we come here, I place my ruler like this, then give it a shape. So I give it a shape. So let me leave the points for you. This is the upper part. You know, this is the upper part, which is the skirt band. This is the hip depth. So this is the knee line. And this is the skirt length. So this is, we are done with this front skirt pattern. Now we are heading to the back pattern. But before we start the back pattern, I want to measure this hip line. So because I need this part to be straight down, so I will have to measure what I have for the hip measure, take it down to give me my straight line. So let's get started. The hip measurement we have here, like we did earlier, is 10.5, so we're going to take it down. Hold on, please hold on. In case you don't know, we have an online fashion institute. We are going to teach you full pattern drafting training. We are going to take you from the scratch, how to use your machine, to the climax. You're going to be the best designers in town. For more information, visit our website on www.larichedesigns.com. So then we can now start our back pattern. So the first thing, like we did for the front, we're going to do here is to divide our skirt band into 4. So we're going to come here, measure our skirt band, which is 34. On our calculator, it's going to be 34 divided by 4 plus 1.25. That 1.25 is for the dart. So it's for the dart. Is that you call it 1.25 or you call it 1 1/4. So here we have 9. 34 divided by 4 plus 1.5, we have 9.75. That is 9 3/4. So you come here, you measure 9 3/4 from this line, from the straight line out. We have 9 3/4. So you mark 9 3/4. So you come to the hip, you measure the hip, which is 44. The hip is going to be 44 divided by 4 plus the 0.5. We take the one we minus from the front, we add it back to the back. So we have 44 divided by 4 plus 0.5. It gives us 11.5, which is 11.5. So we come here, you measure 11.5. down to the knee line. So what I'm going to do, sorry about that. So we measure the knee line the way we did it for the front, the same way we did for the front. So we're going to take the knee line measurement, we divide it by 4 and measure it down to the knee line. divide your hip by 4 plus 0.5. So you take the measurements down to the knee line. So that is it. So now the next thing we are going to do is to take our hip skirt band, which is 34. Is going to be 34 divided by 4. Our skirt band is 34, so it's going to be 34 divided by 4 plus 1.25 for our dart. So it gives us 9.75, which is 9 3/4. So that's what I've done here. 9 3/4. I'm going to remeasure for you to see. So it's 9 3/4. So this is 9 3/4. So the next thing I want to do is to join the knee line to the skirt band. So now for the knee line measurement, we are going to measure what we have on the hip, which we already know is 11.5. We are going to deduct 1 inch from it and bring it to the knee line as the knee measurement. So since we have 11.5 here, when it gets to the knee line, it's going to be 10.5. So I mark 10.5. So then I join the hip to the knee line. So if I'm joining the hip, I connect this point, this line to this point. I connect it like this. So that's that. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take my knee measurements. I'll take it down to the knee, to the skirt length. So the measurement I have here, which is 10.5, I'm going to take it down to the skirt length. So I'll join my points together. So now the next thing we are going to do is to come down to the length of your pattern and measure 1.5. For the back, you measure 1.5, which is 1.5. Okay, before that, let me take this line down a little. So then I'll measure 1.5 like this, because I need it at this part. So 1.5. So the next thing, I'm going to connect my 1.5 to this line. The reason why we do that is for those that has big bum bum. Yeah, let me use that word, bum bum, so that at the end of the day, when they wear the skirts, this 1.5 will complement the length. You know, most of the time when those people wear a long skirt, the back side is always like high low. The front will be down and the back side will come up. But this 1.5 at least will complement it, and the coming up won't be so obvious on them. So that is the reason why we do it. Even if you have bum bum, you don't have bum bum, that the outcome of this part always beautify our long skirt. So that's the reason why we do this to our long skirt. So let's continue. So the next thing I'm going to do is to fix our darts, to create our darts for the back pattern. So the same way we do our darts, we'll measure what we have on the skirt band, which is 9.75. We divide it into 2. So you mark the midpoint which is this. So you come here, okay, you mark the midpoint and create a straight line. So you then come to the hip depth line, this midpoint. The middle line is the hip depth line. So you measure 3 inches up. Following this straight line, you measure 3 inches up, which is here. So you take this line, this same straight line, down to where the 3 inches is. So you now come to your tape rule, your tape measure, because what we use for the dart is 1.25. So you come here, you divide your 1.25 into 2. You divide it into 2 on your tape measure. So I have this line. So you come to your table, to the straight line, you divide that point into 2. You divide it into 2. So these are the lines we have. Then you use that to create your dart. So from this point to this point, and from this point to this point. So that is for the dart. The last thing we are going to do is our bum contouring. You don't forget that. We need to create our bum contouring. We need to create our bum because the back pattern is not always straight. You see, if you notice the outcome of my straight, my basic skirt, you see that bum part, that part is curvy, the part is shaped. So it brings out my back very well, which is my bum. So let's do that. So for the bum contouring, you come to the hip depth line, which is the midpoint. You measure 1.5 down like this, and also 5 inches down like this. So then you come to that 5 inches point, you measure 1.5 forward, and you connect the line to create your triangle like this, from this 1.5 to this point. So after that, you create your dart. You create your bum like this. You shape your bum like this. Oops. You create it like this. So this is the bum contouring. The bum contouring. So that is that about our skirt. So I need to label the points. So this is the dart. This is the skirt band. Skirt band, the hip. Then the knee line. And the skirt length. And you ask yourself, the back is a little longer at the back at this line than the front. You don't need to worry, because by the time we join the sides, this point and this point will complement each other. So we don't need this part to align with this. We need this and this. So thank you. Bye. Thanks for watching this video. And most importantly, there is going to be giveaways at every point of our achievement. Please be part of this and take advantage of this by watching and be part of those that will be benefiting from this. So most importantly, I would like you to please subscribe to this channel. Keep subscribing and make sure you like this video. Drop your comments, ask your questions. Thank you for watching. Bye.